How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tanks. Today I want to tell you how to make a database for your SAMP server and connect it to your script. The database we're gonna be using is going to be MySQL, and which is actually the most common these days in most of the applications. Uh, and I will tell you how to save players' location, rotation, and this stuff, and anything you want to save from player. So without further ado, let me show you how to do this. The very first thing I want to tell you is that you're not going to use Powder Editor anymore, since the Powder Editor was not quite advanced. It's just a compiler, useful as a compiler. So as I told you in the last tutorial, once you want to look for a function, you need to go inside Google and look for it, but there is an easier way. So you're just going to close that and install Visual Studio Code. And inside the Visual Studio Code, which I'm just going to tell you. So go somewhere and open one of your scripts, be it Visual Studio Code. If you do that, you'd see that well, it might not be in this color for you. Let me see if I have it installed. And oh yeah, I have it installed. Let me just uninstall it and show you how it is. Yeah, open it up, Visual Studio Code. Right, you might be seeing it like this. So as it's done, you just go into the extensions and look for the pound, like this, and look for the pound language for Visual Studio Code. Install that, and as you install that, go inside the settings. Go inside here, setting, extensions, pound, look for pound. Where is it? Yeah, it's it. So it wants a path for a compiler. You're going inside your pound folder, click up here to get the address, Ctrl+C to copy, and paste it here. I've already pasted that before, so it's actually done. Now you see that, you might see that your functions are colored in specific parts. I mean, alright, you don't know about this. So the very first thing you need to do is installing SAMP from the internet. SAMP is quite useful for databases, and actually this is the most common one in Windows applications for databases, like website or anything. Let's just forget about that and I come inside the SAMP MySQL admin, or we can actually type localhost PHP admin, right? Just like you see, this is the same. And well, the very first thing you need to do here is go inside the user account and make a user to access this database fully, and name is going to be thanks. We're gonna set it to localhost and generate a password and get the password we are using, and come here, inside here we want to have a part called const, and yeah, define db password. Alright, just have it like this, and we just check all the permissions for this user, and now it's added here. And now you need a database called SAMP database or SAMP data, and a table of, for example, you can have table of players, vehicles, and all this stuff. Well, I guess players is fine for now, maybe 6. Right, a player has some information like ID, player has a username, player has a password, player has X, Y, Z. Player might have angle and interior. My bad. Right, username is going to be a character is going to be 64 length of character. XYZ are floats. And yeah, that's it. That would be enough, I guess, for the players. And this is how you set it up. We want the ID as primary, and username is something unique, of course. And this is the very first table we made for our players. So we're actually done here. What we're gonna do is including MySQL include. So you're gonna look for the MySQL in the internet, GitHub, download MySQL SAMP. Yeah, that's it. You just come here and update, download, I mean, the latest one. From here, I've already downloaded that, and it is here. I just go inside and copy all the data and paste it here. I already installed that before, so I just replace that. So as you install a plugin, you need to go inside your config and type plugins and MySQL. Of course, it must be the same as this one, MySQL. And that's fine. Now we added that, and we need to add it here too. Include a MySQL, I think was the name, right? So that is all you need to do to use your MySQL, right? So now you've made a database, and we're gonna connect it to our script. What we're gonna do is make a section for variables, and the first one is going to be MySQL of global SQL connection. Just a name. You can actually set it 1, 2, 3, 4, or not 1, 2, 3, 4, but something like this, but anything. And yeah, that's it. And we're gonna insert the on game mode initial. Do something. What we're gonna do is the very first thing we need to do is we just get this and pass MySQL connect, right? And we give it a host, user, password, and a database, right? So we just we already have the password, define db username. Username must be thanks, as I just did type there. Define db host, I think, and host is going to be localhost. Localhost IP is this already, if you just look it inside the Google. And the last one is going to be name of the database, which we named SAMP data. So we just pass them one by one. You see, db. Well, the first one was db host, db username, db password, and db database. That was enough. And now we just check if global SQL equals a MySQL invalid handle, or maybe MySQL of global SQL doesn't equal 0. So wait, doesn't equal 0. What we're gonna do is just print could not connect to database, and rcn command exit. Otherwise, we're gonna say print connected to database. That's it. And we just hit compile. We have 3 errors, undefined. Oh yeah, I need to put a neo behind this. The syntax is different. Yeah, we just connected database and we're just gonna check. What we're gonna do is just coming here inside SAMP server. So connected to the database, it means that the connection was successful. We come back inside our script. Now now we want to get some data from the database, not just connecting. So we make a section for enums. You cannot make any section, you can just do that straight away, but I like everything to be organized. Enum of class, right? Enum of player is a template for keeping players data, like on ID, username in length of 24. Oh my god, the password in length of 64 actually. Floater for x pose maybe. Yeah, so if I can type that, we're just going to duplicate that 3 times, z and angle, and we're gonna have p interior, and we're gonna have, but so that would be enough, I think. Maybe money, no, too early for that, talk about money. So now we're gonna have a new player of max plus e player. Right, so now this is something like, for example, if you want to get player ID 1 interior, you just do it like this. For example, if you want to get player ID 3, ID 4 actually angle, you get this. This is how you access them. Yeah, and well, so the way to do that is once the player connects, right, we do something. We make an empty template, empty player data of the player, and we pass player index player ID empty player data. So what we're gonna do here, what we actually did here is just cleaning this array. So the data of this player is empty now once he connects. Maybe, for example, a player disconnects with ID 4 and now you connect with ID 4, so the data in this array must be cleaned and your data must be put here. So what we're gonna do is make a connection to the database, right? So you just say, alright, the apply connected, you do something like new or ID and password, pass it to player ID ID, and also so create a table of players and global SQL, right? So you just make a connection and pass it into these two, and you're just gonna see what is this later. Just bear with me. Now add variable of a string ID, variable of player ID, username, and max is going to be max player name, and the column is going to be username, the one that we actually put in our database. Username, just like this. Username. We're gonna add one more. Password. This is not the way you do that. You need to hash it, but I'm just going to tell you how to do this and later improve it. Or add variable of float of ID player ID x position to x. Gonna duplicate that 4 times. names. Right, just like that. And we also need the player interior, variable of integer, OMID, player ID, p interior, right. So what we're gonna do now, what we're doing is that so we make a connection to the database, to table of players, and put the reference of connection in this variable. And we now say that put anything inside the username into this variable, and put anything which is inside the password into this password. Well, the compiler does not know that it is your password by their name, so you need to tell it that you put anything which is in the password here to this variable. You can actually set this, for example, p12, anything, but you just need to tell it that bring anything which is here into this variable, same as all these. But the thing is, now it just knows that it should load something right from here into these variables, but it does not know which rule. For example, you have id1 mighty password 1234 x 00000, right? And we also need another player, for example nope, okay, Cooper. Yeah, if you just come here, right? So now you're saying that load all this, but it does not know which one. For example, it does not know to load Mighty's information or noob as information, actually I should say. And yeah, the way you do that and tell the database which one is it is a little bit tricky. So what we're gonna do is just get player's name and here the player ID and put it inside player ID and username and max player name. Right, so you just get the player's name and put it here, and now once you just load that connection, you say something, set key ID username. Well, what it just did is alright, so now we just set all these connections, but still we did not know which one to connect. By this line we just said that look for any place which the username here equals to the username in the database, and then connect that to that row. And now it loads all this data in that template, and it looks, for example, if your name is Mighty, it's going to look for the row which the username is Mighty, and then load all this data, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying, if that makes sense. And yeah, you just connect all of them, and now finally to load that, is gonna say load that with ORMID and on player data loaded, and give integer of player ID. Right. So since it needs to take something from the database, it might take a few million seconds. So it's going to load it and put it in that and tell you that, right? And tell you that it was loaded. So you just copy that, forward player ID public. That is how you make natives in pawn. So once it loaded, you pulled all the data from the database, it will call this function and run any code which is here. So what you're gonna do is just let it be for later. I just want to show you a few tests. So now imagine you connect it and it loads all your data, and you want to spawn, right? Once you spawn, it sets your set player position to where. I want to set your position to your previous position, right? So get player pose player ID. Wait, why did I set player facing angle? That is what I wanted to do. And yeah, set camera behind player. Right, what this does is it sets your position to this position, right? But the thing is, basically we don't have any position now. So what we are not saving it, we're just setting it. So the way to save it is once the player is disconnecting from server, is to get player position, and all these parameters is the same, and it might be the same even. Just get player face angle and or update. So now you get that connection again and say, alright, so anything which was inside the script now uploaded in the database, so I will use that later. Player ID, or ID. So you use the players connection too. Yeah, that's it. So let me just comment it for now and hit compile. ORMID, well, ORMID, this too, set pose or 75, or wait, this is the problem, and we should be good to go. We're going to open server and connect to our server to see. Yeah. Right. I just commented the setting because well, there is no position already in the database, right? So it does not set your position. So now you spawn from here, the default spawn, and for example, you come here now, facing this pool, and now you come out. Let's go to the database, and so you see that the player mighty X, Y, Z, and angle has changed, right? And now if we just uncomment that, right, and we just go back inside the game. Oh wait, I need to restart the server because I actually changed the code, so I need to restart the server. Right, and open it up. Right, I believe that it will actually spawn me in my previous position, looking at the pool, and that's exactly how database works. So right, let me just try that too. This one, yeah, you see. Now it's working, and this is exactly how it is. So it gets your location and puts you back where you were. I think that would be so good if I just put a bullet here, so I can always get it and use it. Yeah. So save my current position and close this, and close server too. So what I want to do is just checking something out. Yeah, that's it. Now I want to tell you that once you want something to happen before you even connect, like vehicles and such stuff, is once you load the game mode, is making it, right? So load server vehicles. Right, this is going to be the function. So you're going down there, custom the functions forward topic. Right, so add static vehicle X, or you can actually just do create vehicle, and vehicle type must be maybe something like one. This is the boot, I think, and I don't know, adopt, and the position, the one we have actually saved right now, save positions, and this is going to be the position of the vehicle, and color is going to be -1, which is random. Respawn delay is like maybe when you left the vehicle for like 5 minutes, right, it respawns. Yeah, that is good, and that's such stuff. That's how you actually do that. So for such a thing, you do not need to access database because well, every time you can actually save it into your code. Right, yeah. These are not something which you need to save in your database. I just wanted to tell you, and so you just put all the server vehicles you need here, and right, yeah. Maybe for example there's a vehicle you want to edit, right? So here the one we made for vehicle players, we need actually one for vehicle too. Vehicle max vehicles, and this is the vehicle IDs. We need a structure for vehicle in a map vehicle or with, yeah, vehicle ID, vehicle model, and all this stuff, and a vehicle. Oh yeah, that's like this, right? Yeah. So just come here. Every time we make a vehicle, we pass it here, vehicle index. Oh yeah, there's a problem now. Well, we do not need to have anything like that. So maybe vehicle owner 24. Yeah, and once you make a vehicle, you're going to have temp data, new temp data, and you're gonna say vehicle index temp data, and you're gonna set the model, for example, to, yeah, and you can actually have something like boot of spawn, and well, that is exactly how you do it. The thing is, as I said, you just once you create a vehicle, it returns the ID of the vehicle. So you just say vehicle ID, for example 2, the model is that, and vehicle temp data index spawned is now true. So yeah, that is how you do this. Let me just run the server and show you how it is now. But what I did here for this template might look quite useless, and the reason is wrong server I've opened. This is my own server, and yeah, it might look quite useless, and the reason is that I do not have time to actually add any single thing a vehicle should have currently, but this is how you do this. And yeah, let me just do this too, and I might add money to the player info and so on and stuff. Right, I want the player to log in right away, but still. So now you see that the bullet always spawns here, and as you just get it, drive it and leave it, and if you leave it for like 300 seconds, it's going to respawn here. Yeah, that's it. So now the thing is, your money maybe, and your interior. Yeah, let me just interior is fine, but since we're not using it yet, but I can actually help you fix your money. So the thing is, we're gonna add the money, right? And here, once below players stuff inside integers, like p money, or wait, money, and we gonna set it money inside the database structure, and it's just going to be a money. Yeah, and yes. So the thing is, I've set the player's position here on player's fun, right? But this is not the right thing to do, because once the player dies, it comes back to this location again. So this is not what we want. Maybe we want a hospital location, so this is something different. But all we're gonna do is come here inside the player's information and do a boolean of first spawn. Yeah, so as the player spawns, we do a check if player ID first spawn is false, then we run actually this code. Oh my god, right, player, no, give player money, player ID, player ID, p money. Yeah, and if he respawns back, it's and once he just spawns, we do this now true, and now this is not going to run anymore. So let's just run the server, and I want to show you something else. Alright, I want to go inside the database and add some money to my friend Mighty. Mighty, since you were an active player in my server, I want to add you like maybe that much, if you can wait, maybe 1 million. Yeah, I'm going to connect to server and see how it is. I'm not getting any audio, I'm getting a ping. Right, so I might have 1 million once I join. It gives me once I spawn, and yeah, that's it. Let's wait and see if it's going to work, and spawn. So you see that it gave me my money. Right, that will be it for this tutorial. I think I've told you enough. Maybe you might not be understanding how the database works and everything about this script. Well, this is not something simple. This is not something you can learn in 40 minutes. I promise, if you just keep working on it, you will understand how it works, and all that start making sense. Just try to understand lines one by one, and you will just get it yourself, and try not to copy any of these without knowing what's happening. Even pro developers are just copying a few scripts from other um, public scripts, and it is something completely fine. But I recommend you knowing at least what's happening. Maybe sometimes you don't have time to make the script, so you just copy that. But if you do not have the enough knowledge, it's really important for you to know what's happening there before copying that. So all the best. I hope you've learned something, and see you next time in the next video. Goodbye.